when I say he was like coming at me, like he was straight smacking me.
Drive me crazy, easy baby. You know you drive me crazy.
I think that'll be fine. Looks a little crooked. Hold on. I think this is fine. My pineapples, y'all know I'm always eating. I really shouldn't be eating because I'm getting ready for a dinner. She want me to call her because I know she want to change the place, which is why I said y'all just pick. Shit. Hey. Okay, so I figured out on my mic that I need a different SD card, which I should have got when I just left to go to the mall because there was a change of plans like you guys saw. Okay, so I already did my hair off camera and my eyebrows also. Girl, I messed my hair up, but I'm in the midst of messing it up. I was like, I am not redoing it. It's just gonna have to be, but it's actually starting to look better as it dries, so we're gonna go with that. But okay, today we're talking about me leaving my best friend in Miami. And good fucking riddance. No, I'm kidding. It actually turned out to probably be the best thing, but it's not as bad as it sounds. So let's just start from the beginning. Okay, so it sounds bad, but it's really not as bad as it sounds, even though I don't know. Really, there's like 1, 2, 3. There's 3 stories of this same thing happening with the same person. Why do I have certain lessons so many times? I don't know. First, let's get our gloves on. Even though my nails look absolutely horrendous right now, so it's kind of no point, but we're gonna do it anyway. I love the color that I've been mixing lately. I'm gonna show you. Okay, so starting from the beginning, this best friend was my best friend from, was it sophomore year? No, it was freshman year. Well, we became friends freshman year of high school, but this story took place when we were, like, I was at least 21. This, oh my gosh, I feel like it's going, they're not gonna make it anymore because it's on sale right now for like $10, but it's so fun. Like, I wish I would have seen it before. My new favorite, you have to really shake this because the first time I didn't shake it, and baby. But this is the True Portrait liquid to powder, and oh my gosh, I wish I knew about this before. So then I mix all of this together. The powder I add to it is the Fenty setting powder, and I think, let's see, I think it's in honey. Yeah, and I have it in honey. Right, so I mixed them all together, and this is the color I get, which is perfect though for me. And I already prepped my face, so I used the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Everything I use is going to be listed below. So now I'll just take some powder, put it all over my face. Especially in this area because I'm so oily right here. I have really oily skin, so that's why I do this. And it's summer, but it's about to be fall, my favorite. A few years ago, I went to Miami. You know how they say girls never come back friends after a trip to Miami? Well, I see no lies because, baby, I did not. I never wanted to see these girls again. after this trip. It was just so much. Off rip, I'm not going anywhere unless I have an itinerary. And I don't mean I need every single second of the day planned out, but I for sure want to know where the hotel is if I didn't do it myself, which is why when I go on trips I always plan it, because I know if I do it, it's just gonna go well. I'm that person. But this time I was trying to go with the flow because it wasn't my trip, right? So I don't put foundation under my eyes until I put the concealer on, and that's just so that I don't crease or anything. Off rip, I should have known not to go on this trip. So my friend at the time, my BFF at the time, she worked at a hotel. So, you know, they be getting like, oh, it looks so dark on camera. It's not like that, I promise. But, you know, when you work at a hotel, you get discounts. Like, when you travel, you get to book a cheaper rate on your room. So, we booked our room through her. Right? No, let me start over. Okay, so, on this trip, it was gonna be just 3 of us. So, it would be my best friend at the time. What should we name her? So, Kate, my best friend at the time, invited me to go on this trip to Miami, or not that it was already planned. She wanted to go, so she asked if I wanted to go. And I'm like, yeah, girl, let's go. All right. So the next question, who all is going? So apparently, so when I asked who all was going, she told me it was going to be me, her, and Katie's boyfriend's sister. And we'll name her Daphne. So me, Katie, is that what I said? Let me write this down because I know I'm going to do that. So who's going on a trip? It's me, my best friend at the time. I'm going to say best friend, and I need y'all to add at the time because she's not my friend anymore. Like, we're not friends at all anymore. And that's a story time in itself. But for this story time, so me, Katie, and Katie's boyfriend's sister, whose name is Daphne. That's the trip. Like, it's just us 3, right? That should be no problems. I did ask about the sister because I had never met her, so it's just like, how do you like her? Like, how do you guys get along? I didn't ask how she thought I was gonna get along with her, because I either get along with everybody, and if I don't get along with someone, I usually get along with everyone. I don't have problems with people. And if I don't get along with them, it's not like anything wrong with me being cordial. Like, I don't go out of my way to be rude. I just, like, understand the assignment. We're here to be on the trip. So, it's us 3. So, before we even got to Miami, I asked who's all going, where we staying, how much is everything. I need to know all the tea before I even say yes type shit. So she tells me everything, and then like a few days before, I'm like, I just checking back in because I know this person, like I know how this person works. I'm like, checking back in, is everything still the same, blah blah blah. So they wanted to get a rental car, and I believe they wanted me. I didn't want to get the rental car because it's just like, that's just extra money that y'all come in last minute about. And then I just don't want to be in charge of random fees, like for gas. They want to get a rental car, but really I didn't want to get the rental because I didn't want to be drinking and driving, which I knew was going to happen if we had a rental car. So I just played it like, nah, I don't want to do that. Like, y'all came to me too last minute about it. So we ended up taking Katie's car, driving to, the other girl lived in a different city in Florida. So we drove to her city, picked her up. Mine, I found out later, this girl is not even, she barely 18. Like, she was not even 21. So that was going to be, that kind of annoyed me because it's like, I already know we're going to have to be buying her drinks and shit. Like, I didn't want to do that. Like, I didn't know her well enough to do that for her. You know what I mean? So, whatever. We finally get going. We're on our way. So, we drove Daphne's car to Miami. So, we on our way to Miami. And it's all cool. Only thing is, they kind of got in a little bit of a spat before we even left. Before we even left this girl's house, they low-key got into an argument. So, that was kind of a red flag for me. I'm like, okay, like, here we fucking go. So I'm in the back seat with my headphones, which apparently they thought was rude, but the girl had been playing the same fucking song over and over again. Rich Sex by Nicki Minaj. Yeah, I never wanted to hear that song after this trip. It just was played over and over and over again. But anyway, so we get to the first hotel, right? It's not even in Miami. It's not even in Miami, this hotel. Actually, none of the hotels we stayed in were in Miami, which, annoying. Annoying. So, whatever. First night, they decide they want to go, like, onto the strip or whatever. So, we're only going there for 3 days, whatever. So, we get to the first hotel. Y'all, why was there no reservation? How is there no reservation, but I paid you my money? Make it make sense. So whatever, we figured it out. They were even overbooked. Like, so we only got one. We were able to finesse. Like, the dude gave us one night there, right? So now it's like, damn. So we just only have one night here. We gotta find a hotel every day, which is literally what we ended up doing. That annoyed the actual fuck out of me. I hate that. Just so unorganized. I don't like traveling like that because it leaves room for hella errors. Not just one, not just two, but hella errors. So, whatever, we figured that out. We get the hotel. The first night, we all got into an argument. Everybody got into an argument. I wasn't arguing with the other girl. It was just kind of how my friend, how Katie was being. Like, she just very immature when it comes to communication. As soon as it's something she doesn't like, it's just like shuts down, and everything is kind of like sarcastic with her, and she's upset. It's like, whatever. Like, that shit annoys the fuck out of me, because grow the fuck up, right? You always talking about how grown you are. That's how I was taking it, which is how the argument started. It's like, bro, you were always talking about how grown you are. Whatever. That's whatever. So this story is gonna be so everywhere because I didn't write anything down, so just bear with me. So whatever, we were kind of arguing the first night, so we go to dinner or whatever, and we're arguing at dinner. Like, it was so embarrassing. It was just like, I don't be with that drama shit at all. So we're in the hotel, in the restaurant. The restaurant is on Ocean Drive, so the shit, like, it's literally on the beach, so it's hella people there, and we're fucking arguing. And so Katie gets to the point where she, like, shutting down, and so everything is just so sarcastic, like, okay, I don't have a problem, but even though she's the one that started the problem, right? Whatever. We figured that out, which we really didn't figure out. We just decided to stop arguing about it, pretty much. Which is where problems will come in, because there's still people feeling the way, but you're just trying to act like nobody feels the way. So that night, after all of that, we end up going out somewhere. Wait. I'm just gonna skip to, like, the juicy part of this story, because, like, the first night was just kind of like females arguing about literally nothing. And that argument started over somebody wanted to go somewhere different, and the girl that was driving ended up being like, well, I'm the one that's driving, so I'm gonna pick. And that's where everything, like, kind of blew up from there. But mine, I told you, they had already gotten into an argument before, but I wasn't privy to what they were talking about because they went into the house, and I don't know this girl, so I didn't want to go in her house. Take it how you want, but I do not know you. I don't know. It's just like, y'all go do y'all thing. I'll be right here waiting in the car. So I think that argument that they had kind of came over into this one. Like, they really didn't like each other. They really did not like each other, but they both wanted to go out of town, so they used each other to go out of town type shit. So, whatever, the first night go by, right? We end up going out, but it was just kind of like everybody was kind of on their own thing. Alright, so the second night, this is where shit really popped, right? So, we went out. I'm the worst at these. They are going to get better. I realize now that I'm the type, I need to write this stuff out before I pop over the camera. But for this time, we're just going to get through it. So, the second night. Mine, I told you, we have to get a whole nother hotel, right? So, rather than before we go out, figuring out our hotel, which is what I suggested, which is why I was arguing. They didn't want to do that. I just want to go out. They was going to figure it out. We in fucking Miami. And I think it was like spring break, too. So, it was hella people there. And you know everything be booked. So, whatever. The next day come, we got to get out of the hotel, which we woke up late for. And by we, I mean day. We woke up late to leave the hotel. We had to find a hotel, which turned out to be such a nightmare because everywhere was just totally booked. But we ended up figuring out a place, which I'm still like, I already paid for hotels, so where did my money go? Like, I'm thinking this in my head, which is I should have communicated that, because I was definitely like being kind of passive about that. Like, I'm not paying for shit because I already gave you money for this. I don't care if the price went up, whatever. I already gave you money for this. You shouldn't have lied to me and told me you had everything under control when you didn't. That's how I was looking at it. Because at the end of the day, when I go on trips, I'll get my own room. I tend to want to get my own room anyway, just because if something like these events happen, I can go back by myself and be just like to myself, like recharge by myself, not have a problem with somebody and still be sleeping next to them, right? So next day we find the hotel we're gonna stay at. This hotel is like an hour and a half away from the beach, or everywhere they wanted to go is like an hour and a half. So that was annoying, because basically once we come in town, we don't want to keep going back and forth. So once you come into town, like, that's just where we at. So I didn't want to go to the beach. Like, why would I go to the beach knowing I can't shower? No, I'm not doing that. I don't want to do that at all. So I guess they felt a way about that. Whatever. So that day went by, and it was just like, no, y'all want to go out? No, like, we have to go back to the hotel if we're going out. So that's what we did. We go back to the hotel, and actually by this point we're all getting along fine. It's just like, I think everybody just had an understanding of who everyone was, and we were just going with it, knowing like what we wanted to get out of the situation pretty much. So we go back to the hotel, and we are all like, you would have never known the first day happened at all. Like, we are all getting along so well. We're talking about relationships. Keep that in mind. Everyone was in a relationship. Everyone was in a relationship. That is an important part. So we go out, like, we Uber back into town this time, because I'm like, bro, no, I'm not knowingly getting in the car. No, we're all gonna be drinking, and especially with the driver being underage, and she gonna want to drink, like, which is just two no-nos, right? So we go out, we have a fun time. Actually, we didn't really have that much fun. So the place that we went out to was like, if you've ever gone to Miami, the promoters be on the streets like, oh, just hit me up, I can get you in. Well, we showed up, and it was 60 other females that they had said that to, and we were all supposed to be in one booth. I don't like that. I will get my own booth, but I'm trying to like be mindful. I'm not the only one on this trip, and like, maybe everyone doesn't have as much money as I have to spend at like, maybe they budget it different. So it's like, it's not, not 60, but it's literally like 20 girls in this little ass booth, and everybody's like, when we walked up, everybody was looking stank, like, because they thinking that they probably like, damn, more females coming, like, damn, it's more people in this booth. Like, yes, it was a free booth. What did you expect? basically the dudes always made it out to be like they just helping us because they liked us, and they probably did that to every single group of girls. And then you show up and now you just look like you just helping them because it's like, see, it be hella females out here. So whatever, we get into the booth. I immediately am like, I'm not trying to do this. So I like say I'm gonna go to the bathroom or something. I just walk around because I'm just not that girl. Like, I like to be with people I know. Like, I don't want to be surrounded by people I don't know. Because I'm pretty sure one of them got into an argument with one of the other girl groups that was in there. But anyway, so I just walk around. We ended up, I think they all, everybody, the other two girls left the booth too, and like came and found me to go out with me. I'm a wanderer. Like, I don't like to sit in one spot. I just be wanting to see what the action's about at other places. So whatever. They come find me, right? I'm by the bar when they find me. I'm just like talking to random people. Cause you know, there's no in between with drunk people. They're either really friendly or they want to fight you. But luckily, I was finding people that wanted to talk. So they come and find me like, why are you over here? Didn't I explain to them? It was just a lot of people in the booth. Like, we literally could not even sit down. It was so many people in the booth. And then, like, I guess I don't like sharing bottles like that. Call me bougie, call me like uppity, whatever you want. I'll take all of it because I know I can afford my own shit, so I don't want to be shit. I don't want to be 30 people on one bottle. We all gonna get a shot? What? No. Like, I'll go get my own. So I explained that to them, and they like, yeah, the girls was actually getting kind of catty with us. I'm like, yeah, I peeped all of that coming. When I say I peeped all of that coming, just off of how we walked in, and they was already like, who is these bitches? So whatever. So we ended up just staying by the bar, like walking around together. We hopped back and forth from the booth, basically. Whenever it was getting too packed, we would go over to the booth, even though it was too packed there too. So boom, the night is over. Like, the bar, like, everybody's leaving the bar. So y'all, this is where I said, remember, everybody is in a relationship. So these niggas pop up to us, right? It's the end of the night. We did not even see these dudes in the club. Like, it's not like, oh, we were chatting with all of them and we was in the club. And now the bar over and it's like, what you up to? Even though I still would be on some minding my fucking business. That's not yours. But so, and this is where shit gets juicy. So, boom, we run into these dudes outside the club. They was just chatting with them. I'm not really friendly like that. Especially in a place like Miami on spring break where it's just a lot of stuff happening to females when you're not on your P's and Q's, right? So, these dudes are trying to get us to come back to wherever they want to go. They're like, oh, y'all want to get food? Y'all want to get food? We'll take you to get food. Y'all can ride with us. I'm like, absolutely not. Me thinking all of us would be that way, honestly. I'm like, nah, like, y'all, let's just go. Like, let's not even fuck with that. They not really saying anything to girls, but I am insistent on, nah, let's go. Remember, though, where we're staying is like an hour, almost 2 hours away from where we are. So wouldn't it be real fucked up to get separated? So they're not really saying anything. So now looking back, I obviously know, oh, it's because they didn't agree with me. Like, they wanted to go with them niggas. These random ass strangers they wanted to go with. Whatever. Hot girl summer. It was a hot girl spring for them. So I'm like, yo, like, let's just go. Like, I'm telling them, nah, thank you, blah, blah, blah. So one of the dudes finally bust out. He just started smacking on me, bro. Not like literally hitting me. Like, he just started going in. Like, why are you trying to ruin everybody's night? I mean, he went in on me, and I'm just looking at this nigga like, first of all, I'm looking at him like, I don't give a fuck about nothing that you're saying. How are you getting mad at me for not wanting to go with you? Stranger. But and I'm like, when I say he was like coming at me, like he was straight smacking me. So I'm looking at them like, damn, I would never. I obviously didn't know Daphne, but even not knowing her, knowing that we came together, there's no way somebody's about to be talking to you crazy, and I'm just standing there like, damn, he really cursing her out. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I'm already kind of looking at them sideways like, damn, y'all really like just chilling while this person talking to me crazy like this. So whatever. I think Katie was like, that's what I said her name was, right? My ex-best friend. I think she was like, oh, let's go over here real quick. So as if to do some little huddle. But I'm already feeling a little way about them. Like, it wasn't what the guy was saying, because at the end of the day, I don't know this person. You're not about to he didn't make me mad or anything. I'm just looking at them like, y'all are interesting to me right now. So we pull over to the side, have a little sidebar. Y'all, mind, I had already called the Uber. Like, in the midst of him kind of snapping on me, I called the Uber. Like, keep on talking. Hopefully by the time you finish your speech, the Uber be here and they'll get some sense to them, right? Wrong. So, they, on the sidebar, they basically like, oh, this our last night here. Then I'm like, yeah, y'all about to make it y'all last night on Earth. Like, you don't know these people. So we kind of get into an argument, and I stood back and I'm like, I'm really arguing with these girls about going and hanging out with these random people. I thought it was weird because, like, that's your boyfriend's sister, so she can get mad at you at any point in time and be like, oh, well, this is what really happened. She got a boyfriend and I got a boyfriend. Why would we be needing to go hang out with you? And you know the clubs close late. Like, it's like 5 in the morning when we were leaving, pretty much. What are we about to go do? So, whatever. We get into an argument, and I ended up just like, y'all do y'all, and walking away. Y'all, why did they literally leave? They left with these niggas and just left me on the streets of Miami. And we were drinking, so I was drunk. That shit was crazy to me. I honestly, no, I remember, like, walking around the corner, which I shouldn't have done since I was by myself. I, like, walked around the corner and just fucking cried, because I was just like, wow, I really came out of town with people like this. Like, what the fuck? Like, that shit threw me for a loop, and I was drunk. So, you know, I was even more emotional. I was even more emotional than I would have been anyway. So, whatever. I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna go back to the hotel. Y'all. Why my phone stopped working? Like, just randomly I was just having no signal. Like, I thought I forgot to pay my phone bill or something. And I'm on the streets in Miami. Make it all make sense. None of it was making sense. I was just so distraught. Right? So, I finally figured my phone out. Like, I had to go find some Wi-Fi. I found Wi-Fi like blocks away. I had to go find Wi-Fi. Finally got an Uber. The Uber couldn't call me because my phone just started to randomly spaz for whatever reason. I think my bill was due and I just wasn't putting it together. So I'm like, what the fuck? Which is why, yes, that is, my bill was due. And I wasn't putting it together. But ever since then, my bill has been on auto pay. Like, I put my bill on auto pay after that because that was just so crazy. So, I finally get into an Uber. And I'm like, how the fuck am I about to get into this hotel? I don't have a key. I did not have a key. They had the 2 keys because they booked it and they went, or Katie booked it, so she had a key. On top of that, for some reason, I could not remember the name of the hotel for anything. So, I'm like distraught. Even with the Uber, like, I don't know an Uber either. And I'm getting in an Uber by myself and going for an hour and going into a hotel. Like, what? Like, it was just so crazy. So, whatever. I figure out the hotel. I like, get them to let me in. I had to show them pictures of me inside the hotel. Like, and I gave them my friend name, all her information. I'm like, no, this is who it is. Like, I know this person. Like, I came here with this person. Please let me in. It's so fucking late. So whatever. I finally get in the hotel, right? And then I could not sleep because me being mad had worn off, and then I was just like completely taken over by worry. Like, are they okay? Yeah, I was just so worried because I know a lot of people our age, like, I think I was probably barely 21 at this time. I know a lot of people our age didn't, like, my friends that I knew, they were not watching the news or like keeping up with stuff. So I'm like, wow, like, are they okay? Am I gonna hear from them? Like, are they in trouble because they just went to some house with these random ass niggas or wherever they went? So it's like the next morning, I don't hear anything from them. I finally go to sleep because I'm just like exhausted. Like, I've been crying, I've been walking in shoes that are uncomfortable. Like, it was a whole day. I remember sitting there. I called my boyfriend. Actually, no, I didn't call my boyfriend. Who I called? Oh, I called my other friend, who I went to Miami with her and had a bad trip with too. But I called my other friend, like, girl, you're not gonna believe what I'm going through right now. And I explained it to her. She's like, I told you to stop hanging around with that girl a long time ago. I'm like, fuck, friend, I know you said all that. That's why I called you, but this is not what I want to hear right now. Like, I just need you to say everything gonna be okay. Which she was not that friend. She was like, girl, they stupid as hell. You stupid as hell for going with them. And so I started crying again. I'm like, I know, I'm so stupid. I should have known. I don't hear, they come walking into the hotel at, like, it was after checkout. I remember it was either checkout had already gone or it was just about to pass by. They come lollygagging into the hotel. So I'm like, ew, y'all stayed the night with these niggas. Like, I just was so grossed out by them. Like, ew. And it wasn't even like they had the allure of money. Like, they just look like not somebody you meet on the street and go home with and hang out with. Whatever. So they come back. I don't want to talk to nobody. Nobody fucking talked to me because I literally just, the fucking night I had, I almost wasn't able to get here. Y'all didn't give a fuck. Y'all literally left me on the street to go with these random ass niggas. So I finally kind of get over it because I'm like, at least they safe, like, whatever, they're back. So we started talking. They're telling me about their night. They like, yeah, we went back to their house. And I'm like, judging. I was definitely judging. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was totally judging. So I was just like, that was just so irresponsible. It was irresponsible, and you both just cheated on your boyfriends. Like, because I know for a fact y'all didn't tell them that y'all went there. So they telling me the story, but they giving kind of like too much detail. Like, you know, when you basically lying, so you offer too much information, that's what they were doing. So I'm like, okay, so y'all definitely did more than what y'all are explaining, because why else would these, whatever. They like, yeah, we just went to one of their houses. We all was just chilling. Like, we stayed on the couch or whatever. But then later on in the story, they weren't at the couch. And I asked about it. I'm like, wait, I thought you said y'all was on the couch. They're like, no, yeah, we were. But this was before that. I'm like, I'm just pretend like I didn't just catch y'all like y'all know we did. Like y'all know I did. So at that moment, I just knew I didn't want to be friends. I wasn't Daphne's friend anyway, but Katie, I was like, as soon as I get to Tallahassee, girl, we are not friends anymore. Like, I do not want to talk to you because, girl, you just proved to me, like, if I can't travel with you, like, if you can't be trusted in the smallest capacity of that, why do I need to be your friend? And you just showed me that you'll choose some niggas over me. That was really the thing. Like, you chose some random ass people over your best friend. Red flag. Even though I had plenty of red flags. I'm gonna finish my face because that's pretty much the end of the story, and I'll come back on and tell you the rest. This setting powder it's pretty inexpensive. Like, I get it out of the beauty store, but it's so good. Like, I choose it over the other ones always. Let that sit. I can be doing my lips, even though I don't know what I'm wearing, but I do know I want to wear a brown lip. I actually just picked up some. I got 3 different ones because this one's kind of shiny, like it has like gold glitter in it, which I like that for if I do a lip gloss. I would use that liner. This one I usually use, and this one is the Crucifix. This one's from Kat Von D. It's actually a lip liner. The other ones I don't think are lip liners. It's not dark enough. For blush, we're going to be using Rare Beauty, which, it's okay. The best blush I ever had was this cream. Sorry, I'm like banging things around. Was this cream blush that I got. It's in the, or it was. Sephora had this really good cream blush, and it was the perfect pigment. It was like this plum color, so nice. I used that same little one, like they're like this big, they were, for over a year, probably like 2 years, because that was when I first moved out. So I was like 16. Yeah, I used that thing for so long, and I finally ran out and I tried to go get another one. They're like, discontinued. It was like this color, but better. But it gave the same consistency as like when I use lipsticks, which is probably why I don't like this one, because I got so used to using lipstick, and this one is kind of like faint. Yeah, this one comes off so light on me. I'm actually gonna return this. Yeah, I don't like this one. This can go in the bag too. You're gonna be like, girl, we can see when you bought this. Yeah, but I just tried it. So let's get some bronzer. My favorite bronzer right now is the Fenty one, which oh, here it is. This bronzer. Let's use this one. Yeah, this makes the blush look a lot better. Oh no, my camera's dying. I still didn't get this open. Okay, so yeah, we're doing like, I always go for the no makeup look. I do need, let's put this on. I left out so much. When I say I left out so much, like this was a drama-filled vacation. This was not a vacation at all. I do not consider this a vacation. I actually went to Miami by myself after I came back from this trip, because I was just like, that is not about to be what I remember. And here we are years later and I'm telling the story. Okay, I'm gonna get dressed and I'll come back on camera and show you what I'm wearing. Look at my hair. It actually doesn't look bad. It's not what I was doing at first at all, but I like it. Yeah, I kind of like it. Alright, I'm gonna get dressed. Not that anybody... It is 8:44 right now. Okay, so now I just need... Alright, so I think I'm gonna wear a red lip. So to finish the story, once they got back from the guy's house the next day, that next afternoon, I'll add a brown on it. So we got back, or they came back that next afternoon. Oh, this is PMS, cool. Once they got back, it was already time to check out before they got back. So they got back, it was pretty much time to go back to, well, not even Tallahassee. We had to go back to Daphne's house and then back to Tallahassee. But baby, I had left my best friend in Miami. Like, I never wanted, like, I was being cordial because I gotta ride back home with you guys and it's like 8 hours. So like, I was being cool, but the whole time I knew I was never gonna, I didn't want to talk to them again. Like, I'm so good on that, so good on girls like that. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this random ass story time that was kind of everywhere. I hope you got the gist. Actually, the moral of this story was to say, oh no, don't trust these bitches. No, I'm playing. Ooh, I love how those two come together. This is PMS by Fenty, and oh, this is also Fenty. It is the Uncensored. These two look so good together on me. Alright, it is now what, 9:30 almost, and we're supposed to meet for dinner at 6. So I'm gonna figure out what's going on with everyone, what we're actually doing. Oh, this is how my hair turned out. Which actually doesn't look bad. It just doesn't look how I was expecting it to look, but I'm rocking it. I don't care. I'll probably do this style again too. It's just different for me. Thank you so much for watching this video, and on to the moon. See you in the next one.